Reading update. What am I reading right now? How has my reading week been? I hope your reading week has been terrific. So first out, I have a book that came today, Joe Abercrombie's Before They Are Hanged. I liked the blade itself. I was surprised because I'm sometimes a bit skeptical to grimdark. People say this will become even darker. I will review it on the channel. If you haven't watched my channel, there is the blade itself review here as well, so you can check it out. I'm looking forward to read the book. I'm reading The Empire of Silence by Christopher Rucchio. I like it so far. Science fiction story about Hadrian, a member of a noble family, but his journey seems to become very, very different from what you can expect from a noble person in a noble family. So he's actually on a great adventure. We all know how the book will end, and as I understand it, this is his memoirs, how everything happened. Actually quite a sad story so far. I'm reading it slowly, and sometimes I have to put the book down and reflect on his journey. I don't want to spoil anything. It's a science fiction story. It's very beautifully written by Christopher Rucchio, the environments, and I actually bought this book because I'm playing this game. Maybe this is better. This game, Starfield. And I haven't read so much science fiction, so I wanted to have some help with visualizing things. So the game is great, and the book is great, and you can really feel the science fiction vibe, the feeling of being in a science fiction world. I think it's very atmospheric, but the story itself is also very gripping. So I will review this book. It seems to be a great ride. This is the first book of, I think, 6 books. So I'm really looking forward to read them. As you know, if you follow the channel, or if you're not, I'm a big fan of Malazan Book of the Fallen, rereading Midnight Tides. I'm more than halfway through now. I really think that the value of rereading is immersion, that you understand more. You don't need to think about maybe the plot or how people are related to each other, or how magic works, or how the gods are related. You can really sink into the world, and I think that's one of the main benefits of rereading any kind of book that you like. I actually think this is one of his best books. I think the story is very tight, and the writing is always beautiful with Stephen Erickson, but in this one it's very touching, and there's a lot of tough dramas that you will experience, and personal journeys and stories that can make you feel your tears. I think it's very emotional, I would say. Actually, if Malazan was ever made into a movie, I think this book would work totally fine to actually fit in the concept of a movie. Who knows? Speaking of Malazan, I'm happy because I've ordered the Broken Bindings, first 3 Malazan books with the illustrations. So when I get them, it will take a few months, I think. I will show them to you, of course. It's the Broken Binding. Here I have the Subterranean press edition. So I think I will make a special video about how these special editions look like for you if you are interested. Maybe you have them, I'm not sure, because many of you are Malazan people. I know. Grace of Kings, Ken Liu. Also 200 pages in this book. Not 100% convinced yet. I really like his style. It's called silk punk. It's about a rebellion. I think in contrast to Empire of Silence, it's obvious it's science fiction. I think here it's a bit tricky to know if it's science fiction. I know it's science fiction, but if it's science fiction or if it's fantasy. I know there is overlap, but somehow his writing blends of different genres and styles of writing, and also styles of different worlds, different styles of worlds. So we'll see. So far, I think this book is very thoughtful, maybe philosophical. It's not grimdark, but it's very brutal still. I think it's more about the structure, how good societies work, how bad societies work, how people with power act in a bad or good ways. So far, I don't think he has zoomed in the characters like Erickson does, or like Christopher Rucchio does, for example. So actually, one critique I have of the book is very, very short chapters. Rucchio in Empire of Silence has it too, but it goes really fast. We move many years forward all the time between different chapters here. So there are short chapters here as well as in Empire of Silence, but in this book this feels different, maybe a bit rushed. Maybe that will change, because this is also, I think, a series of 4 books. So we'll see. And the last book I've been started to read is Dune Messiah. Probably known to many of you. I've read the first book of Dune, and it's reviewed as well here on the channel. We'll see. What I've heard in this book, Paul will get more of an introvert. We'll see what happens. I'm curious, and I know that many authors has been inspired by Dune. So from that perspective, it's very exciting. So I have a lot to do. So what are you reading? I'm interested to hear your thoughts as well. And I will begin during the autumn, very soon, to review the Malazan books. So Guardians of the Moon will come in August, and also Dead House Gates. I want to share my thoughts about the Malazan books that I've read. I have still more books to read, especially by Ian C. Esselmont, and maybe talk more about Malazan with you, and maybe your experience with Malazan books and the writings of both Stephen Erickson and Ian C. Esselmont. So with that said, I hope you have had an interesting time with me. If you have comments, you write them below, and you can follow me on X, and you can also follow my very, when I have time, community page on YouTube, where you can vote, for example. Then it means you can affect what I will talk about. I got a question a few weeks ago to compare mythologies. I'm not sure I want to compare mythologies, but I would like to contrast, maybe that's a comparison, different mythologies. Not compare as in a ranking, but talk about different mythologies, their special traits and what differs them. So that is something you can look forward to. So until then, I wish you a good evening, or maybe morning or afternoon, and I will continue to drink my tea in this cup. I hope you can drink tea or coffee, or maybe juice if you like that, or water, of course. So until then, have a nice time. Bye.